Hi, my name is Blake Perdue, and this is my water portfolio. Have you ever wondered how much water you use? I was very naive to my water footprint prior to this class, BE 170, Water Use and Sustainability. As society continues to excel in new inventions, we find new ways that water can be manipulated. Water can be a vital resource for many different things, such as drinking to stay alive, helping produce food for consumers, and even powering certain technology. However, it is important to understand your role in this world and how that pertains to water usage. Now join me on this journey to find my water footprint. To understand my personal water usage, I set aside 2 days to understand how much water I was using in my daily activities. I recorded at which time of the day I was participating in a certain activity that involved water usage. To figure out a measurement for water usage, it was necessary to figure out the duration of water being used. My daily water usage ranged from taking showers, using the sink, for brushing, to even simpler everyday occurrences like using the restroom. This concluded with around 23 to 31 gallon amount of water used for each day. My monthly use cost for these services was estimated at about $14 per month. My next evaluation of my water footprint was assessing my water usage through food. After interpreting data into a specified calculator for this task, I learned that a lot of my red meat consumption takes a lot of water to produce. This opened my eyes a lot to how much of a certain product I am eating and what the water uses on that look like. My results calculated in a total water consumed of roughly 2,020 gallons of water per year. That is quite a lot, and I could surely reduce this number if I was more attentive to certain food consumption. If you look to the right, this is a screenshot from the calculator that you too can find on the internet to help determine how much water you're using based on food consumption. After this assessment, I read and watched a video about how scarce water is in other cultures. Some countries require walking miles just to gather sustainable drinking water for their society. I had seen this firsthand when I went on a trip to Peru. For this assignment, I was instructed to carry a gallon jug of water for a day everywhere I went. I was able to understand with my feet in their shoes for a day on how much of a struggle it can be to obtain this necessary resource. My journey with the 1 gallon jug showed how much of a lug it can be to carry around a copious amount of water. I can only imagine how difficult it must be carrying a huge jug of gallons for miles because my arm was getting tired as I carried it from my house on a walk to 7-Eleven. Other adventures I took around the house with my jug during the day was into the kitchen, on the basketball court, and everywhere else. Overall, I'm very grateful for how accessible water is in our society and the privileges we are granted. With my major being economics, it is important to understand how water usage in certain industrial companies or even regions can affect the economy. In certain countries such as China, water usage in the industrial area is increasing ever so. This affects the economy because services and industries that use a lot of water require a lot more and will eventually be charged more. As water usage increases, price increases and creates a scarce market for water. My major includes understanding the market as a whole and the resources necessary, and an example of China's water usage increasing through services could see through large commercial buildings. A great example of this in the United States could be Home Depot and Lowe's around the country. They produce mass amounts of paint which involve water. Businesses around the world can save water through managing times when they've had water on and off, insulating pipes, installing water-saving devices, and even harvesting rainwater. I can make a difference in the water footprint of my friends by helping them save water alongside myself. Giving friends a reason to save, such as teaching them how a water bill can affect you, is also a way I can help a friend. I make a difference in a water footprint, lastly, by preaching to people how important it is in a scarce time like this with water on how to save. One of the most detrimental ways I learned water can be saved is through food consumption. Explaining diets to my friends would be beneficial. This course has exposed me to a tremendous amount of information about water. The most beneficial information that I took away greatly was the videos about how water is used in so many ways. I was able to expand my understanding of how important and crucial water is when controlling your footprint to save water. The information I gathered from this course will not only help me, but allows myself to preach these new concepts to friends and family on how they can help their communities by saving water. This was my single reference I used when determining other economies such as the country China, how they're using water, and what their consumption looks like. Thank you for listening to my presentation.